he has wanted to humiliate the United States ever since the fall of the Soviet Union, where he believed the United States took advantage of Russia. It's not true, but that's the narrative that he believes. And if he thinks that we're particularly weak right now, that our politics are so inwardly focused, and that we can't support this and we cannot deter him, he may choose to roll the dice and take this decision, which will be incredibly bloody, will have huge refugee flows in Europe, will affect markets, oil markets. It's really a big deal, and America just ought to pay attention.
John, do you agree with or accept this analysis that nobody, not even Vladimir Putin, knows what Vladimir Putin is going to do?
Yeah, I actually do. You know, that's a problem. If you're a dictator, he's been in power now for 20 years. We've learned a lot of things about him. You have to look at him, in almost like an organized crime boss. He's a career KGB officer. He almost like the neighborhood bully. He looks for weakness. He can sniff out weakness. And in the past, when we've dealt with him, we've always left him off ramps. We've tried to think that if we accommodate him in some way, he'll come around. We've now learned that's impossible. He's decided that he wants to be the anti-Western leader. He wants to be the anti-American leader. And so, right now, he's been there 20 years. People probably don't tell him things because he's not going to be up for election. They don't have to worry about anybody on his side taking over for him. So he's going to do what he wants to do, and that's a scary prospect, because he's been there for 20 years and probably doesn't really know what things are happening in Ukraine and in the West right now.
Putin's going to Putin. John Seifer, Pete Strzok, Steve Schmidt, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. We should tell you, Pete's book, Compromised, is now out in paperback, newly out in paperback. When we come back, New York City's very sad but massive farewell today to one of two young New York City police officers killed in the line of duty. We'll bring that